What's up, everyone, and welcome down to another episode of Zetro's Toxic Vault. What's up, Walt?
Oh, hanging in there, getting ready for the special episode.
A record review. Hey, fucking Red Rum looks a little violent today, dude. What's up with his shit?
I think you've been playing that new Hatriot.
Yeah, this album is like way violent. Anyway, we're gonna do a special thing. Before we get into that, I want you guys to remember to watch the show on your television because it looks so much better, obviously. And if you want to drink your zippy coffee, what are you drinking, Walt?
Always Death Wish.
We drink Death Wish coffee, and they have a new summer cold coffee out.
Cold brew.
Which is actually really good, so go pick that.
Strongest coffee on the planet.
Again, we want to thank everybody that's come in and bought a Zetro t-shirt in Greyhaven Media and checked out all the stuff at greyhavenmedia.net. Now, we're going to do a special thing this week that's going to lead pretty much 4 episodes are going to be dedicated to the release of Hatriot. Obviously, they're my sons. You guys know that. And I was the lead singer of the band. And finally, after 5 years, Walt, they are going to release on the 26th of July this new one, From Days Unto Darkness. And
it's going to smash their faces.
This one, and again, because I sang on the first 2 records. It was my band, basically, and you'll see in the episodes this week that continue after this one how we put the band together. I'm going to have each member in here to talk about it. And I just got to say, this shows such a progression of Costa's writing style, Costa's playing style.
This is a breakout album.
The drumming on this record is like second. My son's bass playing is really top notch, and it took him a good, really probably 3 or 4 years to find his vocal niche. And I think I would have to blame that on the reason why the album took so long. I mean, obviously, Dawn of the New Centurion came out. We put that out in February of 2014. So we're well over 5 years now. But, when you're transforming or transitioning in from being like, say, a player to a vocalist and then playing and doing vocals, it's got to be tough because I've always tried to strum the guitar and sing, and there's no way I could be the singer that I do. The things that I do, Walt, if I had something in my fucking hand, or I had to concentrate on being, playing something and actually being, doing it right. So anybody that, sings and plays an instrument, I have a special place in my heart for you because I think it's kind of like chewing gum and walking at the same time.
I told Cody a long time ago, like, the last album, that when you're going to make this album, that I thought maybe he had to put the bass down and just be the front man. But you know what? He loves to play, right?
He's a good player, too. And I got to say that I really think that I like it better that he's not just the vocalist, and it separates him from what he's doing from me, too, I think. So this record, I did have a little bit to do in a little bit of the writing and some of the songs.
I think,
3
right?
songs, right? And but not much. And I pretty much came to them with like that I need to show you guys how to do this and kind of basically say, and they did really well writing. I think that, to me, this is the best one so far. I'm just going to say it on the record. They fucking nailed this in the fucking can, in the fucking pocket. I don't rate records. I just like them. It's because they're my kids doesn't mean a damn thing. They're all very, very fucking talented. This is the good thrash metal. I think there's some death metal in there. There's a lot of pieces.
I think they've grown from when you were in the band.
Oh, I agree.
Now
I think that 5 years definitely shows a growth.
Best.
I mean, they were always playing and they weren't really, sitting back, but they were always keeping the music written. But I think this one has really brought them over the forefront. I've talked to them, and I'm going to say this definitely on the record, that you won't be waiting another 5 years for the next Hatriot record. They're already moving on it right now. So
vocally, he sounds a lot like his father, but he has this deep guttural vocal style as an accent, not as the main vocals. But it kind of adds something to the music, makes it more modern.
I think that he does compliment me on the vocal, that style that he takes from me.
He's got your genes.
I obviously, but I think it's his own. If you were to put us next to each other, you'd go, okay, that's Cody and that's Zetro. You know what I mean? I think that's it. But
And then there's some parts that are very similar that are very stick out to me at least.
But I think there's very.
He's his own man, but he's got
definitely
it from his pops, his genes.
Well, he's definitely moved in. It's hard to tell everybody in the room, especially when you're just a guitar player or a bass player. Oh, I'm the singer now. Oh, really? What gives you any fucking credibility? Because
That
your
must
old
have been
man
hard
does
from
it.
him.
I'm thinking because your old man does it, you think you can fucking
But
do it.
that was hard for him to
So,
step in there and say, "Well, I'm going to be the new vocalist," right?
you know,
And
well,
to
I
do
think
it.
that is for any singer at any point. You know, he was a great bass player, and it's like, well, I'm going to do it, and they actually were all positive about him doing it. There was no thought about getting another singer. He had stepped right in when he knew that I couldn't do it any longer. So let's go through the track listing, Walt. What's the album open up with?
The first one's One Less Hell, and it's 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's like, God, they're getting their writing talent from Gary Holt or something. They're writing these damn epics, you know what I mean, already out the gate, because I don't remember Heroes of Origin or Dawn of the New Centurion necessarily having that many long songs. And I think that's the opener is really
Epic.
fucking face kicker. You know what I mean? It's just, I got to say, this record from top to bottom, I'm really happy with all the way down. And
There's no scratch songs in here.
Right. There's no scratches.
It's 9 songs.
Yeah.
And they're all great. I mean,
Yeah. There's no fillers. All killers, no fillers.
And I just got to say that in this song, the guitars are so awesome, and the bar that Costa uses is like dive bombs in and out, and there's very few players that have that.
Again, we're going to get into. Costa's going to be on this week. We're going to talk to Costa about that. You know, we just wanted to do this review first before we get into the interviews with those guys, so we can just
And it has a great intro too.
I think so. I think so too. Again, the musicianship on the first song as it comes out of the fucking gate itself is just stellar, and I'm really happy with it. It sounds great.
Yes. And then we go right into the second track. It's called Days into Darkness, and it's 4 minutes.
Yeah, this is the title track of the album.
4:24.
Again, more stuff on their own that they come up with lyrically, you know, because I think I wrote everything on the first 2 records. Every damn word, every vocal phrasing, everything. They didn't write anything. So to have to come in and kind of keep that same continuity, but change it a little bit to make it your own. I mean, that's really the trick there, and I think they caught it with this one, definitely.
And it starts with a dual solo intro, kind of trip, and it, the riffs, and it has a lot of melody in it, but it's still total thrash.
Yeah, it's thrash. It's thrash. It's great.
Bay Area thrash.
It's Bay Area thrash.
And here we go with the third song, and I think this is the second song that was actually put out, and it's Carnival of Execution.
I think
5:33 runs.
And I believe that Nick, my son Nick, was in on the vocals not on the vocals, but on the lyrical writing on this one.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
And because I at one point I was like, there was a lot of music, but there wasn't a lot of song titles or words, and I do coach them a little bit and tell them what they should do if they think. And I was saying, you guys need to come up with things that make you, that drive you, or you're interested in, and then write from there. And horror movie or something you saw that you like, and they started doing that. And so this one is a pure.
And what's more evil than a carnival theme? It opens with a carnival kind of twist
Very
theme
creepy.
and intro of that.
Clowns ain't for birthday parties
And it
anymore,
has
man.
actually, Cody plays a killer bass intro. Going after the intro, he goes right into a little bass part that's really stands out and sounds great, and the production is stellar.
Yeah, it's like
goes into a mid-tempo.
Cody Spite was the recorder of it all. He recorded the record, and Juan Urtiaga mixed and mastered. We've had Juan in here, Trident Studios. Juan's he's done all the records, AHG records.
Who doesn't use them?
I've worked with him many times over again. That's why I think the two of them, the recording of it and then putting it together in a mix and master, they really worked well together, and it was really good.
So this was the second song that I actually had put out a good little while ago before they had recorded it. There was a demo version I think they put out, and it's a good mid-tempo song it's really groove oriented. But I'd like to say about these three songs are just incredible to start the album with. We'll go on to the other ones, but these three stand out for me. And there's some other songs that really stand out, but these three work well together, and I thought it's a great
sequencing
opening.
was done. The sequencing is
Which is important. We talked
I
about
agree
that.
about. I agree. Sequencing is everything, and I mean, I'll make an example. Bonded by Blood, Exodus, and Then There Were None. Those three songs on Bonded by Blood. I mean, it's just like they hit you, bam, 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 in the face. And
Sometimes on the downbeat of the end of the song, the fans expect to hear the next song because that's how the sequencing goes, right?
Sure.
So you go,
sure.
well, you hope they play that
right
after that.
Exactly, right after the other one because it's
true.
kind of cool. So I get it.
Right. So, fourth song is Organic Remains, coming in another 6:36.
Yeah, Costa's writing fucking epics on this record, and
he had a long time to write. Put a lot in there.
He put a lot of good, like you said. There's a lot of melody. There's a lot of harmony. His leads are just shredding. His bar work is, again, I like to put him up with Gary. I
was going to compare him, but I don't want to keep comparing.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just why. How can you not? I'm sure Costa's a.
How many people use the bar like that? Gary Holt, and then you're thinking, who else?
Who?
Costa.
Nobody. Costa.
It's incredible.
That's true.
And so this was a fast tempo song for me, and it's a solid pace and great solos, of course. And like I said, this has has some low vocal done,
There's
but
some guttural vocals,
but it's not overdone.
No.
They're more of an accent.
Accented, exactly.
And that's what really makes it good. And I think that that's the way in the music, these vocalists are doing different styles now, at least, with these newer bands or bands.
Well, like metalcore, the singing and
Kill
the
Switch
hard
Engage,
stuff. Right,
like
metalcore, yeah, like that.
Okay. All right, and that takes us to the fifth song, World, Flesh, and Devil, 4:26.
Oh, the short one on the album, right?
That's the short one.
I think that's the radio song that they can get on the radio. Yeah. Like, what can you say? I mean, it's just
a ripping fast leads in this
just
one.
Ripping,
it's a fast one.
Ripping again,
and some dual harmonics.
Yeah, Costa again on top of his game.
And Kevin playing
Kevin Patterson,
solid.
Yeah,
he's the new guitar player, right?
Kevin Patterson is a new guitar player. And we'll do an episode with each one of those guys to talk about their role in it this week because we're doing that this week. It's all Hatriot all week.
I have to give him a lot of credit for stepping up. And
he had
playing,
to step up.
He did.
You have to step up. The three of them have been playing together now for almost 10 years.
Sounds like he's, old man the way he plays.
Oh,
but he's young.
He's a student. He's a student of everything. That's why he's so quality. We'll get into that.
And here we go with the sixth song. Of course, is the first one that they put out is called Frankenstein Must Die. And I know that
Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed. I did that. Yeah. That's. This was the one I probably had more lyrically to do with. I wrote the direction on the lyrics to this. This song is basically about the injustice of people that are put on death row, and then taxpayers have to pay for them to stay alive. They're monsters. They must be destroyed. They did something vicious to be on death row. Kill them already. They go to move them to Texas or Florida. They execute there.
This is the first song they ever played live. That a while ago when they knew they were going to have this, and you were still there in the creative process. But of course it's got crunchy guitar intro and a lot of cool chords, and it's classic Hatriot.
I think it's this is the one where my son sounds a lot like me on this one, really on this, especially on the chorus. He hits that Frankenstein.
It's another gem on this album, I will say.
But then also he drops down very low in this song as well, something I do not do, metalheads.
No, he's very versatile, that's for sure.
Definitely.
All right, the seventh one, In the Mind of the Mad, and it's 6 minutes and 12 seconds, huh?
Again, they're just 9 songs, 50, how much total minutes on this? I can imagine it would 50-something minutes.
Again, his bar work and his whammy bar work on this is pretty incredible. Every time I hear it, I go, wow. And it's different,
because today's guitar players really don't use the bar. They just don't. It's not like, remember when we were in the 80s, everybody had a Floyd Rose, and everybody was like Eddie Van Halen, Brad Gillis, the guys in Rat, any of the bands, especially the hair metal bands, they all had whammy bars.
That's just his style.
Where's the
right?
whammy bar? But that's his style. That's what he's like
kind of an old school.
Well, he's a student of all these guys, so he can play Costa could play every hair metal lick and every lead to every song. He's like a encyclopedia. Ask him to play this on Dawn of the New Century when we did Midnight Maniac by Crocus, because he every practice we were in, he would like dun 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 dun.
He's one of those guys that's always playing, right? All right, and then number 8 is called Delete at 4:28, another fast song.
Yeah, I noticed their fast ones are the shorter ones, but they're still 4:28.
And there's a little more death metal vocals in this one, right? And
yeah.
It shows that Cody could go in a whole different direction.
Well, that's the whole idea, you know what I mean? It's like because so many people were going to try to compare him to me, Walter, you know what I mean? Oh, you sound like your dad, which he does, but he's not trying to follow what I did. He's got his own thing going on, and I love the shit out of that.
I love it too. And the album ends with it's the lyric video they just put out, and it's called Ethereal Nightmare.
Yeah.
6:23 again, this runs.
Yeah, the story needs to be told, you know what I mean? Every time I talk to one of my guys about, writing the songs in the band, it's always, hey, it may take that long because that's what it takes. I mean, musically or lyrically, for the story to be told, In
the lyric video, it has like blood and splatter and a guy having a real nightmare. It's kind of like a horror kind of dream kind of thing, like haunting nightmare. And great lyrics, tasty leads, and very classic already to me. And at the end, he has a rhyme kind of countdown that I thought was really cool. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
he counts it down. You know what I'm talking
it's
about.
really great. It's really great. The fans are going to love it. Fans are going to love it.
What a power-packed album.
Yeah, power-packed. I mean, it's taken 5 years. Costa, just myself working with Costa, and this is my son's aside, is the real fucking deal. And I've been fortunate enough to play with Alex Skolnick, Eric Peterson, Gary Holt, Rick Hunold, Lee Altus, Greg and Lum. I mean, I've played with the best fucking guitar players in the world. Phil Demmel, and I've been spoiled. And I have to put Costa Varvatakis up with those. Every single last one of those guys. Hatriot wouldn't be without her. So, what do we say about this one? Well, this is a fucking good one, bro.
Even though it was some years that they took their time with this one and got it right.
Again,
a lot of bands don't do that. They just rush into the studio.
They did not throw it out of clunker. They took time, and when it was ready, when my son was seasoned vocally, I'm like, again, I said, you can't come in out, the old man leaves and I'm going to be the singer, and then all of a sudden it's
he was nervous in his first show.
Yourself, you know what I mean? Even though channeling through kind of what I did, lyrical tone wise, he found himself. So.
You were on tour when he sang his first live gig, and I was there. I was there, and he was a little nervous, but once your boy hit that stage,
I was with Testament, I think, and weren't we with Testament? Exodus was on tour with Testament. You know who told me? Chuck brings me in and goes, hey, have you heard the new Hatriot with your son singing? I'm like, no. He's like, well, come in our dressing room and we'll play it. So I kind of heard it from Chuck first, but From Days into Darkness, go get this one. They have come out, and they have come out.
This is going to break them out.
They came
and I hope
out
they get a really
swinging.
I hope they get a really good tour because they deserve to get out there on the road.
They do. They're talking.
But your boys also are hardworking. They have really good jobs.
They do.
And they'll be selective, hopefully.
Oh, they are going to be. And you know what? The industry knows now that you don't get to live off the business necessarily. So, they accommodate. They have to. And so they're doing that right now. So you guys, leave me comments. Let me know what you think about From Days Unto Darkness. Again, it's going to be all Hatriot all week till the 26th, till the album drops. You guys need to go out and check this out.
Pre-order this one because
you can.
It's a classic.
You can, and get the hard copy. The digipack is good. What else you got on this, Walt?
It's just a must buy. I mean,
a must buy.
I loved it from the first hear. That's rare. Sometimes you have to hear an album over and over before it hooks to you. You get those hooks and you want to play it. This one, if you really listen to it, it's just power packed. Like I said, just a must have.
Power packed. So go get it. From Days Into Darkness.
Congratulations!
It's finally out. Good job, boys. Very proud of you. Good to see that. You continued it after that I left, and you fucking did me justice. So
they killed it.
Good job, boys. You guys, leave me some comments. Like I said, subscribe to my damn channel, and shit, Walt, we'll see you guys in the vault real soon.